Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Arkansas Gun Guy, where today I have, I think, a very interesting firearm to show you. It's a unique looking gun from the 50s actually, out of Czechoslovakia. It's the CZ52, and if you can't tell from the name, it's made in Czechoslovakia and it was made in 1952. It was produced from 1952 to 1954 and used by the Czech military for almost 30 years. It was replaced actually 30 years later by the CZ82, very cleverly named. But again, this is a very interesting gun. It's a single action only a firearm chambered in 7.62 by 25 or 7.62 Tokarev. If you don't know the background on this, there's an interesting story on this in the background, I should say. So the Russians, starting in the 1930s, ran the Tokarev, this gun here, chambered in 7.62 by 25, also called the Tokarev. That they ran that through, I think, the mid-50s or so, 30s to 50s. And while they were running that in their world, over in Czechoslovakia, they were designing their own weapons and came with this very unique, very interesting design. But they chambered it originally in 9mm. And here you can see the difference in 9mm cartridge and 7.62 by 25. Big difference, right? Very high pressure, almost a little rifle round here. But the Czechs designed this gun, chambered in 9mm. But the Soviet Union by that time came by and says, no 9mm, we need you to chamber this in 7.62 by 25. So they changed a bunch of their designs, the internals, the functions, I don't know everything about it. And now it was chambered for 7.62 by 25. Interestingly enough, the Soviets after that transitioned to, I think, a 9mm Makarov. So very interesting backstory on that. A couple things about this gun. It's been Americanized a bit by me. These are not the grips that came on it. It actually came with Bakelite grips, these plastic grips here. And as you can see, they clip on, the clip here on the back. So the gun will have looked very much like this when it was ran in the Czech army way back in the day. The reason I replaced it is this Bakelite grip actually looks pretty good, but the other side looks really, really rough. So, and I found these Hogue with grips, thought looked nice, so I tossed them on there. Other than that, the gun is pretty much all original. I'll do a quick safety check for you and show you how this multi-lever functions. So the mag release is down here on the heel, like a bunch of European guns around this time, along with the lanyard loop. Very easy to get them confused. But if you look, there's a lanyard loop on the bottom. Release the magazine, just pull back on this, and there it pops out. I believe this is an 8-round magazine. Tokarev ammunition is so expensive, I don't put that many in there ever to shoot it. But still mag. Do a safety check here. So right to slide, visually inspect, all good in there. Now that the weapon's cocked, a little look at the different features here. So set for red, so it's on fire. This one actually has 2 clicks, and I think it just means it's broken some wrong way, because I'm all the way at the bottom here. Listen for a second click, and the gun will still fire if I pull the trigger. So we won't do that, we don't want to draw fire, right? Then you got one more click up, safety. So now if you pull the trigger, nothing happens, so all good to go there. And then finally you push up again, and this will decock it, just like that. So that's the only lever or function on the gun itself. There's no slide catch, slide release. So if you rack it, you gotta drop the magazine out and let it go forward. Very interesting design. Again, very sleek looking gun. Looks, just the front is so sleek looking. You do have cocking serrations on the back, which are nice, and they work very well, but just a very unique looking weapon. Nothing through here, no undercut, so it's kind of, I'm left-handed, so I'll go this way. It's really interesting. I'd like to get my finger up there a bit more under there, but you just didn't have it back in the day. You can see that this firearm was made in 1954, X54, and then it was refinished in 1979, I guess, imported by Century Arms out of Vermont back in the day. So again, the sights are nothing special, standard military sights. You have, I guess, this commander style hammer here, which is nice. And that's really it. But inside, there's something else very interesting. This is actually a roller locked system inside there. They designed this in the 50s before, H&K did their roller delay blowback system. So I wonder if H&K was at all inspired by this. Probably not, but who knows. So to take it down, incredibly simple. You want to make sure the hammer's down like it is. And you have this Glock style takedown lever here. I wonder if Glock got the idea from these guys. But again, on a Glock, I believe you have to pull the slide back to take some pressure off and pull down. I'm just going to pull this down. When I do, watch the slide. You'll notice that moves ever so slightly here. When I pull this down, Did you see it move forward? And now this is free to pop off, just like that. Pops right off. And inside here, this gun, here you'll see the roller system first. We'll come back and take a closer look at this. But you can see the roller system that locks in there and then unlocks. And then let's look inside the grip module. So this thing is really well put together to be over 70 years old. And you can see where the rollers have worn there. I'll tell you, I have a CZ75 that was made just a couple years ago that is not finished as nice as this gun was in 1954. So very nice finish on this weapon. And inside here, this thing is a little tricky to get apart, but all you need to take apart is on the gun itself. You can take your magazine, this little lip here, and insert it right there in that little area there. And I'll pull down and you can watch those rollers unlock. I hope. Pull down and there they go. Lock, unlock. Now to take this out, it's pretty simple. It only has a barrel and a recoil spring. You can pull all the way down even further and then pull up a little bit. So pull all the way down and then up. It pops out just like that. So we'll pull this out or try to. Set this aside. Nice recoil spring. Here's the barrel. I've cleaned this, of course. And there's the rollers. Very interesting, right? You can see where they ride inside the slide there. And the finish on the slide is actually really nice. I can't believe the gun is over 70 years old. So really nice finish. And the barrel is no joke. So it is a very smooth shooting gun for such a high pressure round. Now reassembly, hope I can do on the camera. It can be a little tricky. Put the spring back in. This time you're going to want to put get it started. But you want to use your tool again to put it in here. You're going to pull all the way down until it seeds and then pops back up. So hopefully I can do this without cursing or editing. So I'll take this, pull down all the way. Not quite got it there. People are judging me on the internet right now. There you go. So I even shook the table a little bit. Sorry, that's kind of shaky. That seemed awkward, but it was actually pretty easy to get back in there. So then to reassemble it, this is actually gives me trouble. I don't know why. All you really have to do is just set it back on here like that and rack the slide. So just set it on there, rack the slide, and you're actually good to go. I'll decock it again here. So there you go. If you didn't know about this gun, this is a CZ52 made in Czechoslovakia in the early 50s. Served as a military gun for over 30 years, and it has some pretty cool features. Thank you guys so much for watching Arkansas Gun Guy. If you would, please like and subscribe. It'd help me a ton with the algorithms as I try to grow my channel here. Thanks so much.